While 2023 marked only the 30th anniversary of the creation of the MNO to be that distinct Métis voice fighting for Métis rights in Ontario, we've accomplished so much in that relatively short period of time. And while the MNO is only a few decades old, the Métis communities that we represent are much, much older. Our successes today are grounded on generation after generation of Métis in Ontario who have fought for Métis rights. Our Métis communities in Ontario have been leaders in the fight for Métis rights, not just in modern times, but historically as well. So, for example, they were the first to begin that strong Métis tradition of petitioning the Crown. Métis in Ontario petitioned in the 1800s and the early 1900s, demanding fairness and respect, demanding protection for their lands. They were leaders in taking strong stands against injustice. That incredible Métis spirit of resilience and resistance that we are so well known for. Think about that strong stance Métis took in the Sault Ste. Marie area alongside First Nations when they shut down the copper mine at Mica Bay in 1849. That act of resistance predated the resistance at Red River by a few decades, and it was a critical event in history that ultimately led to treaty negotiations. Treaty negotiations that ultimately the Métis were excluded from. Not only were they turned away from the treaty table, but the promises that were made by the treaty commissioner that their Métis river lots would be protected were never fulfilled. And those Métis families, this is the quintessential Métis story, pushed off their lands and another vibrant Métis village that was dispersed and dispossessed. Think about that incredible story of the Métis in northwestern Ontario achieving that singular example of Métis signing treaty as Métis people in the half-breed adhesion to Treaty 3 in 1875. Our communities in Ontario have always been leaders. Think about more contemporary times, from the founding of the Lake Nipigon Métis Association in 1965, to Métis communities in Ontario participating in the broader Métis Nation's efforts to gain recognition of Métis rights in those constitutional talks in the 1980s. To the formation of the MNO to be that distinct voice for Métis rights in 1993, to the MNO's victory in the Supreme Court of Canada in Powley in 2003, finally securing recognition and respect for Métis rights, not just here in Ontario, but across the Métis Nation homeland. To the work that we have done with other Métis governments to negotiate and sign the first ever Métis self-government agreements in this country's history in 2019 and 2023. Métis in Ontario have so much to be proud of and to celebrate, and we're only getting started. Over the next several years, we're going to continue to celebrate and share those incredible stories of Métis resistance and resilience. We're going to build on that incredibly rich history to create our new constitution, to build our new Métis government. I have been honored to work with so many incredible Métis citizens over the years, and it's been so inspiring. But perhaps the most inspiring of all are our young people. I'm inspired by their passion and their energy, their vision for what we might achieve working together, their focus on lifting up our children and our families and our communities, on celebrating Métis culture and maintaining that Métis way of life, on creating a Métis government that will support thriving, grounded, proud, healthy, and prosperous Métis families and communities for generations to come. Yes, the Métis Nation is built upon generation after generation of incredible Métis people fighting for our rights. All you need to do is look at our amazing young people to see that we have already succeeded in realizing the dreams of our ancestors. And that is something truly worth celebrating as we gather together for our annual General Assembly.